Namaskar students. Today we are going to start with the topic nutrition in animals. In this chapter, the students will be able to understand the digestion process in amoeba and humans, recall the name of different organs involved in the digestive system and their secretion, learn about the different teeth, their names and functions, draw diagrams based on the chapter, understand the digestive system of ruminants, and apply the acquired knowledge in higher classes and real life. The process of nutrition in animals is known as holozoic nutrition. It is a process by which animals take in their food. It involves different steps, namely ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Human beings exhibit holozoic mode of nutrition involving these 5 steps. Now let us study all the basic steps in holozoic nutrition one by one. Ingestion. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. Digestion. The process in which food containing large, insoluble molecules is broken down into smaller, water-soluble molecules is called digestion. Absorption. The process in which the digested food passes through the intestinal wall into bloodstream is called absorption. Assimilation. The process in which the absorbed food is taken in by the body cells and used for energy, growth, and repair is called assimilation. Egestion. The process in which the undigested food is removed from the body is called egestion. Now, the process of ingestion varies in different organisms. In Hydra, which is a multicellular organism, the food is ingested with the help of tentacles. A frog uses its tongue to catch its food. In starfish, the food is captured with the help of tube feet, which is present on the body of starfish. In amoeba, food is taken in from any place by means of false feet, which is known as pseudopodium. So pseudopodium engulfs the food particle. A butterfly uses its feeding tube to suck nectar from the flowers. The mosquitoes feed on the blood of animals and obtain it by sucking through their feeding tube. The housefly also sucks liquid food through feeding tube. A spider weaves a web to catch its food. Cockroaches have special mouth parts for sucking, catching, and cutting the food. Now let us study nutrition in amoeba in detail. So first of all, ingestion of food takes place. Amoeba ingest food by forming pseudopodia around the food particle. After this, food is digested in the food vacuole with the help of digestive enzymes. The digested food then passes out of the food vacuole into the surrounding environment, and this is how absorption of food takes place. Once the food is absorbed, that food is utilized for different purposes like for growth of the amoeba. So this is known as assimilation. The remaining undigested food material is moved to the surface of cell and thrown out of the body of amoeba, and this process is known as egestion. What are enzymes and their function? Enzymes are basically proteins that are produced by living organisms to bring about certain metabolic and biochemical reactions in the body. So they are biological catalysts that speed up the reactions inside the body. What are the differences between intracellular and extracellular digestion? Intracellular digestion mainly occurs in simple unicellular organisms, and this digestion occurs inside the food vacuoles within the cell. While extracellular digestion occurs in animals with a digestive system, extracellular digestion occurs outside the cell in the alimentary canal. like in higher organisms. The human digestive system consists of alimentary canal and some associated glands. The different organs of alimentary canal are mouth or buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. And some of the associated glands with the alimentary canal are salivary gland, liver, pancreas. So these glands secrete digestive juices which help in digestion of food. Now, how is digestive system different from an alimentary canal? The alimentary canal is a tube running from mouth to anus, and digestive system is combination of alimentary canal and digestive glands. Digestion in mouth. We take food through our mouth, and the process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. The mouth or buccal cavity contains teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Digestion begins in the mouth when we chew the food with the help of our teeth. Teeth cut the food into smaller pieces, chew and grind it. Chewing breaks down the food into smaller pieces and mixes them with saliva. This process is known as mastication. There are 4 main kinds of teeth in humans: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Incisors help in biting of food, canines in tearing of food, premolars and molars in grinding and crushing of food. Total number of incisors are 8, canines are 4, premolars 8, and molars are 12 in number in adult human being. Now, dental caries or tooth decay. When food is eaten, small amounts are left in between the teeth. Saliva and bacteria stick to the teeth and form a sticky film, and this sticky film is known as dental plaque. Now, tooth decay, which is also known as dental caries or cavities, is breakdown of teeth due to acids made by bacteria. The cause of cavities is acid from the bacteria which dissolve hard tissues of teeth like enamel, dentin, or cementum. The salivary glands secrete watery fluid called saliva. Saliva is a digestive juice which contain an enzyme called amylase or ptyalin. Amylase help in converting the starch present in the food into maltose sugar. Tongue. Tongue is a muscular organ, is also important for eating and performs several functions. It helps in mixing the chewed food with the saliva, swallowing the food. The tongue tastes as it has sense organs called taste buds. The food pipe or esophagus. Esophagus leads from our mouth to the stomach. It is made up of muscles. Food is pushed down by movement of the wall of food bowl. This movement is called peristalsis. It takes place throughout the alimentary canal and pushes the food downwards. So actually no digestion takes place in esophagus. It just helps in pushing the food towards the stomach. Now the stomach. Stomach is the thick-walled bag present on the left side of the abdomen. It is the widest part of the alimentary canal. So esophagus brings slightly digested food from mouth into the stomach. Stomach's wall secrete gastric juice. The gastric juice secreted by stomach consists of 3 main components: the hydrochloric acid, the mucus, and enzyme pepsin. Hydrochloric acid creates an acidic medium for the action of enzyme pepsin, and the acid kills many bacteria present in food. Pepsin enzyme help in digestion of proteins. Mucus help to protect the stomach wall from its own secretions of hydrochloric acid. Small intestine. Small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meter long. After leaving stomach, food enters small intestine and last steps of digestion takes place in small intestine. Means digestion process is completed in small intestine. It receives secretions from liver and pancreas, and wall of a small intestine also secretes some digestive juices. Small intestine receives secretion from pancreas, which is known as pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice consists of pancreatic amylase, trypsin, and lipase enzyme. Pancreatic amylase help in digestion of carbohydrates. Trypsin enzyme help in digestion of proteins, and this trypsin works only in alkaline medium. So the alkaline medium is provided with the help of bile juice, which is secreted by liver. Lipase enzyme helps in digestion of fats. This given figure shows associated glands. Liver. Liver is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored in gallbladder. Pancreas. This gland is located just below the stomach. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrates, fats, proteins and convert them into simpler form. It also secretes insulin hormone which help in regulating sugar level in our body. Once the digestion process is completed, absorption of food takes place. So the small intestine is the main reason for absorption of digested food. The inner surface of a small intestine has numerous finger-like projections called villi. So these villi increase the surface area for absorption of digested food. The digested food which is absorbed through the wall of intestine goes into our blood through the blood capillaries which are present in these villi. After completion of absorption process, assimilation takes place. The blood carries these useful substances to each and every part of the body. Body uses these substances for its growth and maintenance. The absorption of digested food and its utilization by the body is known as assimilation. The undigested and unabsorbed food moves into the large intestine, where some amount of water is absorbed from the undigested food. The remaining undigested food is stored in rectum and removed from the body through the anus. And this process of removal of undigested food from the body is known as egestion. Now let us start with digestive system in ruminants. These animals quickly eat the fodder when it is available. Then they relax and chew what they have eaten. This act of chewing is known as chewing cud. And why this chewing cud is required? Actually, they have a fear of carnivores. Carnivores eat these herbivores as their food. So to avoid this, these herbivores quickly eat the food when it is available. Then they come to a safe place and chew the food. Now, how the digestion process takes place in ruminants? Stomach of ruminants consists of 4 chambers: rumen, reticulum, omasum and abomasum. This type of stomach is called compound stomach. So food enters the first chamber, which is known as rumen. So this chamber is the largest chamber. Then the food enters to the reticulum, which is the second chamber. Now food is partially digested here and it is converted into a soft pulp which is known as cud. When the animal is relaxing, the soft pulpy food or cud from the second chamber is brought back into the mouth, means it again comes into the mouth. This is now chewed thoroughly and this is known as chewing of cud, and this process of chewing cud is known as rumination. During rumination, what happens? Cud mixes with the saliva and then becomes a liquid or semi-liquid paste. From the mouth, the food is pushed directly into the third chamber, which is also known as omasum. From the third chamber, it comes into the fourth chamber, which is abomasum. Now the fourth chamber is true stomach, because here digestive juices are mixed with the food. So actual digestion takes place in abomasum, which is also known as true stomach. Then from the abomasum, this food, semi-digested food, comes into the small intestine.
Thanks for watching.